Giannis Antetokounmpo. Trade deadline ends February 5th, and 31-year-old Giannis, all 6'11", 240 pounds of him, averaging 29 points, 10 rebounds, 5.5 assists this year, and 40% from threes. The first time we've ever seen him shoot 40% from threes. Don't forget, one of the only three guys not named Michael Jordan or Hakeem Olajuwon to an MVP, a Finals MVP, and a Defensive Player of the Year, all in the same season, in my opinion, is truly on trade watch, and he should go to the San Antonio Spurs. I'm going to just continue to double down on how much more sense this makes, and I want to talk about it. And man, Milwaukee Bucks, look, it is time to let him go.
Let it go, let it go.
Let Giannis go. Like Rose with Jack, let him go. Hold on to that one piece of jewelry y'all had together to remember him by. But it is time to move on from Giannis, and it is time for Giannis to go somewhere where he's got a shot to actually win. No more retooling. No more we still believe. And yes, some of this is partly selfish because I know if Giannis falls, then the Miles Turner domino falls, and maybe Golden State can pick him up. But I really am looking at this objectively. It is truly time. The signs are there. Milwaukee, just let the poor dude go, man.
You have to let me go.
I don't care what he says. I don't care what you say. Dude, you're 18 and 24.
Oh, no! We suck again!
You're not even in the play-in. You just got booed in your own house. Giannis had to boo his own fans back because you are playing so bad. You've lost 4 of 6. You have a losing record, both at home and away. You're not even in the play-in. You're getting booed in your own house. The fans have had enough. You tried your best. I do not blame Milwaukee. I think they got a lot of bad luck. They went all in. They tried Drew Holiday. I thought Dame was an amazing swing and an amazing get. Tore his Achilles, man. It just didn't work out. That was the final swing, though. You pulled every lever. You have nothing left. You got your ring. Respect is due, but you nuked the future, man. You do not own your own pick until 2031. It is time to do something about that. Milwaukee also doesn't owe Giannis anything. The only thing Milwaukee owes themselves is getting their picks back. I'm thinking like drafting. I want my picks back.
No, I want my picks back, all of them.
You don't have to send Giannis to New York. You don't have to send him to any destination you want. You tried to do everything you could to get Giannis home and get him a good team. Just didn't work out, man. You need to restock the cupboard with as many picks as humanly possible. Not one more try on some reclamation project. You need picks. You need youth. You need flexibility. You need the Spurs.
We're coming for you, San Antonio.
And it's funny, Giannis just had a quote. I kind of wonder about this. That kind of really kept the alarm bells going on for me. January 15th, they just played Victor, and Giannis afterwards was quoted as saying directly, he is going to be a final nightmare for the league. I hope I'm retired when he reaches his peak. He is going to be the final nightmare for the league. I hope I'm retired by the time he reaches his peak. I actually got a better idea, Giannis. How about you join him and turn that nightmare into an apocalypse? Because that's what that would be. Giannis and Wemby in their prime is the apocalypse. I'll come back to that, but let me get into more detail of the ones that you've heard about that are absolute nonsense. I do think this is worth mentioning before I break down more of the Spurs trade here. Let's kill off all the fan fiction you've heard about possible Giannis destinations, rumors and mocks that are absolutely not happening, even though they're fun and even though they're big names.
It's never going to happen.
First of all, Los Angeles Lakers, you got to be kidding me. You have to be joking. First of all, you can win now. You really don't need to make a big blow-up deal for Giannis, but you don't have the assets. You don't need the chaos. The only asset that you do have is Austin Reeves, and Pelinka loves Austin Reeves. He's not trading him for anything, but you also don't have enough picks. You're not even worth of having the conversation. Lakers are out. Just let it go. Warriors, same thing. Especially now with Butler hurt, they're not going to take an injured Jimmy Butler. They're not taking Draymond frickin' Green. You don't have enough picks. You also are not in the conversation. Let it go. New York Knicks, you would have been in the conversation. Problem is, I hope you like Mikal Bridges. Why did you trade 5 first-round picks? I'll never understand that trade, but now your cupboard's empty. The one thing that they would need, a lot of picks, you really don't have anymore. Best deal I've seen is like Karl Anthony Towns, either an OG Anunoby or a Hart, and 1 first round and some swaps. Not getting it done. Miami Heat has been rumored in this, and look, same problem. You only have 2 tradable first, and they're not till 2030 or 2032. Other teams will be able to outbid you if they're able to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. You need to focus on Ja Morant. That's a reclamation project. You are a perfect place. Everyone says come to Miami. They get their attitude right. Go try to get Ja. You're not going to be able to get Giannis. Again, mocks I've seen, Harrow, Wiggins, Ware, and 2 first-round picks. Better than the ones I mentioned before, but still not enough.
Jojo Ding Dong?
Honorable mention, This one should do it, and they're not going to, and I'll just let it go. But, man, Oklahoma City Thunder, you should have done it. You should be on the phone every day seeing if they'll break for you. I still say this should be and needed to be the move. Of course, you're not going to, but, man, you have everything Milwaukee needs. I would have done this in a New York minute without even thinking about it. Real quick, why I said this, and I'll continue to say it. Oklahoma City, I get it. 7-3 in your last 10, 13 plus 4 net rating. You would continue to dominate. You're first in the entire league. You're back on track, back to your winning ways. You have all the picks. You have all the future. I understand that. But you also have 5 first-round picks that aren't yours in the next 2 seasons. Again, repeating, 5 first-round picks that aren't theirs, along with the picks that they already have. That is, dude, what are you going to do with all these picks? Like, I get that it's fun to continue to hoard everything like Scrooge and think about the future. But let's say, best-case scenario, just to prove my point, what would you do? Let's say you had 7 first-round picks in the next 2 years and they all hit. What are you going to pay everybody?
A goose for everyone.
You going to have, what, 11 max contracts? In the perfect world where you nailed every first-round pick, I mean, I guess you could trade them eventually, but what are you going to – you can't give them all max contracts. You could right now, in a mock trade that I think Milwaukee would have to take very, very seriously, say, dude, we'll match contracts, we'll give you Hartenstein and Dort, but we'll give you like 4 or 5 first-round picks, maybe some seconds thrown in for fun. Suddenly, Milwaukee has a brand new cupboard of a future and picks and a couple decent young players to go with it, but mainly so many picks, and you would still have your first and seconds because all of these weren't yours to begin with. You still keep SGA, you still keep Chet Holmgren, you still keep Williams, and you add Giannis. Dude, that would be...
He'll destroy everything and everyone.
What would anyone do? What would anyone do with a healthy SGA, Williams, Chet, and Giannis? You're done.
Honey, take a good picture. I'm dead.
Bye-bye. You're done. There would be nothing you could absolutely do about that. I still think they should do it. I know they won't do it. Thunder, you should listen to me. Somebody should get to somebody and make sense of it. Even if your picks all worked out. You have 97 picks. That's great. You going to pay them all? No. But San Antonio Spurs, back to the most important one. This is the one that could happen, that should happen, and needs to happen. San Antonio Spurs fans, listen to me. I know you guys don't usually do these things. I know you have, we're building for the future. You are just like Oklahoma City, where you have 4 extra first-round picks and 11 extra second-round picks over the next 5 years. If I'm the Bucks and I'm letting Giannis go, I want 2 things. I want 1 young talented player, and I want a hell of a lot of picks. You can provide both, and you can turn this rebuild into a contender right now. San Antonio Spurs are 30-13, second in the West, and I know they look great, but they still have some inconsistencies. They still have some problems. They're still very young, still do a lot of turnovers. Shooting's inconsistent. A lot of defense has been able to really focus on Wemby. This would solve all your problems. And here's the most uncomfortable truth that they need to come to a realization if you're a San Antonio Spurs fan. Wemby's window is not infinite, and I would argue it is way shorter than you probably realize or you can even imagine. Tall guys like him are not guards. They do not last. You better go make his window work right now. Not in the future, right now. I'll give you all the history you need on this, and this is the one fact. If you need to listen to anything, listen to this one, look at me, and pay attention.
Hey, listen.
Look at the other guys just like Wembanyama that were tall, that were very talented, but were that extra level of tall, these big men, they all had such short careers. Bill Walton, Yao Ming, Ralph Sampson, Greg Oden, and Brad Daugherty. Wemby's another level of that, but it's the same idea of like, man, these guys are so tall yet so athletic with guard-like skills. They all retired at the average age of 29.8 years old. Wemby's already 22. Hear me one more time. Walton, Yao, Sampson, Oden, Daugherty, the guys that we can compare closest, other big guys who were very athletic, all retired on average before the age of 30. Wemby's already 22. This is not Steph Curry. This is not LeBron James. Do not trust you have this 10, 15-year window. I would say 5 to maybe 8 to 9 tops. If you look at historically what happens to big, lanky, athletic guys like him, those little bones break, injuries happen. It just comes along with it. You should do something now. You should make an impact today. And also between Fox, Castle, and Harper, I would argue you have too many guards. Now, I know some of y'all might think I'm crazy. I think you're one too many point guards in the henhouse. And I love De'Aaron Fox, and I think you should keep him, even though you could wait the last 2 days of the trade deadline and trade him because he has a $37 million contract to make things match better. I would keep De'Aaron Fox and try to get the young talent, one of them, either Harper or Castle, along with a abundance of picks, and get this done. And I have like a mock that I think works out great. Castle, Vassell, and Barnes with, say, like maybe 3 firsts and a couple seconds. I think that's enough to really make Milwaukee think about it. And if you got that done, you solve all of your problems, because I think you still have one too many ball handlers. They're also young. You need to win now. De'Aaron Fox is not just great, he is clutch. Can you imagine if you had a fast break where it's De'Aaron Fox and you had on the right side Wemby and on the left side Giannis coming at you? If I'm a defender, I wouldn't know what to do. I would just pretend to sprain an ankle. I would honestly fake an injury. Can you imagine being a defender and you see a break coming at you and you got prime Fox, Wemby, and Giannis screaming down the lane at you? There's nothing you can do. Fake an injury, sprain an ankle, do something else, because that is indestructible and that is unstoppable. Giannis and Wemby by themselves right now would combine on average for 53 points, 21 rebounds, 3.5 blocks, and 8.4 assists, and combined only cost you $67 million. A lot of players by themselves right now cost you, the stars do, $60 million. Can you imagine if you could pay someone 67, just a little bit more than that, and get 53 points, 21 rebounds on average a night, along with 3.5 blocks and 8 assists? I mean, you're not hearing me. This is Steph and Kevin Durant being put together. This is a danger zone of bigs and athleticism, and you would be able to run like weird-ass pick and rolls. They can both pick, they can both roll, they can both dribble, they can both pass. I don't know what you would do defensively other than quit. I don't know how you're going to get a shot up in the paint. This is the one that makes the most sense, and I still think it needs to get done. Do not think you have, we're second in the West, we're doing pretty good. I don't think you're good enough to beat OKC. You had Giannis, and you only have to get rid of one of your young guys and a bunch of picks, which I think is what Milwaukee wants. You should do it. I really don't see how you don't do it. Atlanta, we know, is gone. I was going to bring up Atlanta last week, but they made the trade, so now they're out of the mix there. I think OKC, of course, has the assets, but they're out of the mix. The Lakers, the Knicks, the Warriors, the Heat, get out of here. You're not even supposed to be in the conversation as much as the media wants to talk. It's all nonsense. Milwaukee's only job is to get Giannis out of there, restock your cupboard with youth and picks, and that should be your focus before the trade deadline. You are not going anywhere. You are not winning. You also owe him a chance to get a winner, and you owe yourself restocking your cupboard. The one team, and it would benefit everybody, is the San Antonio Spurs, and you put the alien with the Greek freak and just put the entire NBA on notice, because that would be something I don't know how anyone could handle on either side of the ball. It would be a certifiable nightmare. If Giannis thinks that Wemby is the final nightmare, combining them both together in their prime is the goddamn apocalypse.
Tricky Guy Sports.
Full episode online now. Click on the link. Get to the chopper. Do it now.